The Hilton Garden and Promise. When I first thought about this project, I've always been inspired of doing something where it told stories of people, stories mostly that, you don't see in front. I've been working with this property for a couple of months now, and I've noticed people and their efforts and the things they do different each day that kind of helps the overall experience, like we give our guests. And I felt like it was something fun to do and to show that through a series of videos. And I talked to the top 3 departments that kind of make it all together into creating into this series. When I was doing this, I had to work with 3 of the managers and made sure that they were fully aware, of course, of the project and the goals of it as well. And so one of the things that I learned was to first build relationships when you're creating these kind of projects, because sometimes when you have these characters, you have to kind of also give them your vision of what you're doing with this project. Otherwise, it won't come out as how you would plan it in your head. So basically just kind of communicating that vision to them as well, giving them an idea of what you're trying to tell, what you're trying to show. And because of that, I was able to work with them better. They were able to share their story in a more organic way, and that really made the video to stand out quite well. Another thing that I've learned throughout the course of this project was mostly in the editing process. I usually don't have a plan. I use whatever creative assets that I have, and whatever comes to my mind will come out in the video. And oftentimes that can be quite chaotic, and I've been used to that kind of process for the longest time. But going through these 3 different series, it kind of helps me to really enjoy the joys of planning and even making mistakes in between, making changes in between where things didn't go as right. Like one of my characters was not able to actually make it because of the pandemic, and I had to kind of had a B plan last minute, and also I was constrained to time. But it worked out really well, and again, it was because of an amazing team and the relationship that I had with them that I was able to pull it together, and it came out quite better than I expected, actually. So the last thing that I basically learned from doing this project is one word: practice, practice, practice. I was not perfect at this project for sure, and there was a lot of ups and downs while I was making this, and of course a lot of time constraints as well, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. But one thing I learned was that it takes a lot of practice. You create a lot of projects, a lot of ideas, a lot of writing, and oftentimes that's the best way that you are able to improve, is to just practice and learn from mistakes. And really, when it comes to creating film and trying to tell a story, there is really no one perfect way of doing it. We learn from inspiration from people, from professionals who has done it for years. It's always just about practice. It's about learning from people. And that's the best thing that I've learned so far. And that's why I've kind of enjoyed doing this, because of the people that I was able to work with. So, thank you for watching.